Hi students, I am very happy to interact with you. I hope you all good in health in this pandemic situation. Our school has started an online classes. I thank our school for this opportunity. You children put your whole involvement and make use of it. Today I am going to teach for class 10th standard ICSE computer applications. You should watch this video till the end. I have given the assignment at the end of this video. You can go through this video enough number of times. Let's get into this session. In this session, you are going to learn about introduction of constructors and types of constructors. There are two types, default and parameterized constructor and constructor overloading. In our previous classes, already you learned about methods. Again, I am going to capture and recall about methods for you. A method is a block of code which only runs when it is called. Now, let's see what is constructor. A constructor is a block of codes similar to the method. It is called when an instance of a class is created. It means the constructor constructs the values at the time of object creation. It is not necessary to write a constructor for a class. It is because Java compiler creates the default constructor if your class doesn't have any. In Java, a constructor just like a method but without return type. Now let's see rules for creating Java constructor. There are three rules defined for the constructor. The first rule is constructor name must be the same name as its class name. Second rule is a constructor must have no explicit return type. It means constructors in Java do not return anything explicitly. They do not have a return type, not even void. The third point is a Java constructor cannot be abstract, static, final and synchronized. It means constructor cannot be final because it cannot be inherited or overridden. Static is used for memory management. It means same variable or method will be shared between all instances of a class. Constructor doesn't need synchronization because it locks objects and hold creations. Now let's see the difference between constructor and method in Java. The first difference is a constructor is used to initialize the state of an object. A method is used to expose the behavior of one object. These two is the definition for constructor and method. Now let's see, a constructor must not have a return type because it's not called directly by your code, it's called by the memory allocation and object initialization code in the runtime. But method must have a return type. Third point is the constructor is invoked implicitly. It means default constructor is a constructor with no arguments requested. It is called implicitly when creating an instance. But the method is invoked explicitly because it has no default method. The fourth point is the Java compiler provides a default constructor if you don't have any constructor in a class, but the method is not provided by the compiler in any case. The last point is the constructor name must be same as the class name, but the method name may or may not be same as the class name. These all points is very important, you have to study them. Now let's see types of Java constructors. There are two types of constructors in Java. The first one is default constructor. This is also known as no argument constructor or non-parameterized constructor. Next one is parameterized constructor. Now let's see what is default constructor. A constructor is called default constructor when it doesn't have any parameter. The parameter means value that you can pass to the method in Java, then the method can use the parameter as through it, where a local variable is initialized with the value of the variable passed to it. The syntax of default constructor is class name, only class name, it not having any arguments inside. Now let's see an example program. This is Java program to create and call a default constructor. Now I am creating one class. The class name is flower. I am opening the class. Now I am declaring the default constructor. The default constructor name is flower because constructor name as the same as the class name. It has no arguments inside. So this is called a default constructor. Inside the constructor, I am writing one statement, system.out.println flower is created. Now I am closing the constructor. Now I am declaring the main method, public static void main string args. Okay, now I am opening the main method. Inside the main method, I am going to declare the object. So object declaration, already you know the syntax of the object declaration, class name, object name, new and class name. So the class name is flower, f is the object name, new is the keyword. Now I am going to execute the program. Before the execution, you should compile the program. So I am compiling now. I can see no syntax errors. Now I am going to execute the program. I am executing the main method. I can see the output flower is created. In this example, we are creating the no argument constructor in the flower class. It will be invoked at the time of object creation. Now let's see. If there is no constructor in a class, compiler automatically creates a default constructor. So what is the purpose of the default constructor? The default constructor is used to provide the default values to the object like 0, null, etc. depending on the type. Let's see purpose of using constructor. See here, before using constructor, here I am declared one class. The class name is A. And inside the class, I declared some instance variables, that is A, B, CH, STR, BL. A data type is int. Int means integer. Integer default value is 0. And float default value is 0.0. Character default value is 1 space. String default value is null. Boolean default value is false. So before we using constructor, it will display only the default values. Here I declared one default constructor. Inside the default constructor, I initialized some values. I initialized 10 for A, 20.0 for B, M for CH, Java for string and true for boolean. After I initialized, after using constructor, eliminate default values. So it will eliminate 0 and it print 10 instead of 0 and 20 instead of 0.0. Now let's see example of default constructor that display the default values. I am going to explain with one example. Here also I am declared one class. The class name is student. I am going to declare two variables inside the class. The first variable is ID. It represents identity. And the second variable is name. It represents to print the name. And now I am declaring the method to display the value of ID and name. So I am going to display now the variables ID and name. Now I am declaring the main method, public static void main. Inside the main method, I am going to declare the object class name. The object name is S1 is equal to, I am using new keyword, and again I am writing class name. This is my first object. Again I am going to create the second object. The second object name is S2. Now I am going to display the values of the object. So I am going to display the function through two object name S1 and S2. Now I am closing the main method and I am closing the class. I am going to compile the program now. I can get no syntax errors. Now I am going to execute the program. I am execute the main function. I can get the output. See here, the default values are 0 and null. In the above class, you are not creating any constructor, so compiler provided your default constructor. Here 0 and null values are provided by default constructors. So this is another example program for the default constructor. Now let's see what is parameterized constructor. A constructor which has a specific number of parameters is called a parameterized constructor. It means the parameterized constructor is used to provide different values to distinct object. However, you can provide the same values also. Now let's see one example program for the parameterized constructor. I am going to edit the same program. I am going to convert into parameterized constructor program. See here, after I am created the two variables, I am going to declare one default constructor, that is student. This name same as a class name, so this is considered as a constructor. Inside I am giving one argument, that our first argument is I, the second argument is n. So here this constructor having two arguments. Now I am opening the first constructor. I assign the argument I to the variable id, and n I am assigning the n argument to the variable name. Now I am closing the first constructor. Now I am declaring same the method to display the values, and the main method to declare the objects. I am going to display the values through to the objects. I am writing the initial values inside the object declaration. The first value id value is 101 and the name is Rose, and second value is 102, the name is Lily. Now I am going to display the content. I compiled, I have no errors. I am going to execute the main method. I can see the output here. In this example, we have created the constructor of student class that have two parameters. We can have any number of parameters in the constructor. I am going to do some edit inside. I am going to declare another object, that is S3. The values are 103, Jasmine. Here also you have to call the display function s3.display. Then only we can see the values. I am going to compile the program. I have no syntax errors. Now I am going to execute the program. I can see the exact output now.
The time is 11 o'clock.
So this is called parameterized constructor. Now let's see the constructor overloading in Java. Constructor overloading in Java is a technique of having more than one constructor with different parameter lists. They are arranged in a way that each constructor performs a different task. They are differentiated by the compiler by the number of parameters in the list and their types. Now let's see one example program. Java program to overload constructors. Same here, I am going to declare one class. The class name is student. Now I am declaring the first variable ID, the second variable is name, third variable is age. Now I am declaring the constructor. This constructor having two arguments inside. The first argument is I and the second argument is n. Now I am going to assign the I argument to the variable ID and I am going to assign the n argument to the variable name. I am closing the first constructor and again I am creating another constructor. This constructor having three arguments inside. The first argument is I, the second argument is n and the third argument is a. I is assigned for ID, n is assigned for name and a is assigned for age. Now I am closing the second constructor. Now I am declaring the main method. I am declaring the display method to display the values.
11 o'clock. The time is 11 o'clock p.m.
I am going to display ID and name, age. Now I am closing the display function. Now I am declaring the main method. This main method used to declare the object. Now I am declaring the objects S1, here I am giving the values for the variables ID and name. So this is considered as the I and the n. So I is assigned for the ID. So 101 is assigned in the ID variable and Roslyn is assigned in the name variable. Now 102 also I, this is assigned for ID, and Isaac is n is it is assigned for name, and last one is age, it is assigned for age. So the first object is for the first constructor because that has 22 arguments. The second constructor object for the second constructor because that's have 3 arguments. Now I am closing the main method and I am closing the class. I am going to compile this program. I have no syntax errors. I am closing the program. I am going to execute the program. First I may execute the main method, I can see the clear output here. The first one having only 2 arguments, second one having 3 arguments. Can you see? Only 2 arguments, 101 and Rosalie, and the second one 102 Isaac and 2. Now you can see the difference, again you can see the difference between constructor and method. Now you can understand clearly. Constructor is used to initialize the state of an object, but a method is used to expose the behavior of an object. A constructor must not have a return type, but a method must have a return type. The constructor is invoked implicitly, but the method is invoked explicitly. The Java compiler provides the default constructor if you don't have any constructor in a class. Now some recapitulation questions here. The first question is, what is constructor? Second question is, write the rules followed by the constructor. What is the difference between the constructor and the method? How many types of constructors are there? What is default constructor? Explain with the example program. What is parameterized constructor? Explain with the example. What is constructor overloading? Explain with example program. You have to copy down these question answers in your classwork, and you have to submit the photocopy of your classwork to this website. Go to classroom.google.com. At the top, click join class and enter the class code 4GFIIL3, and you can join the class. In this Google Classroom, you can see my resources regarding to this lesson. You can submit your photocopy of your classwork completion. According to your performance and participation, you will be rewarded by the internal assessment marks. Thank you.